This is Average Sports.
By your average guys.
Eric.
And Ty.
That
would be so bad.
Yeah. This is Average Sports.
Your average sports.
Average Sports.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of
You're listening to Average Sports with your average guys.
Average Sports, average guys, Eric and Ty.
Take me out to the ball game. Thanks, Eric, for that.
Wait, what are we doing?
No, you're supposed to be ready when we say we're ready.
You didn't even give me a countdown.
I didn't know we needed
You sat there and you went, take me out there. And you're looking at, oh man.
So I'm going to steal something from last episode.
So the worst.
Hang on. We've been doing this for how long?
5 years.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 5 years. And you would just think you would know better. But all right. Well, Eric, I am so excited to get into this episode. By the way, this is Average Sports by your average guys. Eric and Ty. And we also have a special guest, Clay, joining us back here in the studio.
What's good?
What's good?
Excited.
We're going to talk about baseball. Are you ready for that?
I'm all over it.
All right. Before we do, though, jump on to the diamond, we should talk about a little ice hockey. The playoffs are about to begin. Also, the NBA, a little bit. Just touch on that. Just giving you guys a picture in case you haven't been following, like what's happening, who's out there, and who to watch. Should we touch on the NBA first a little bit?
Yeah, I mean the NBA. I'm kind of excited. Obviously, you know that I'm a huge Heat fan. I've been a Heat fan. It's one of the few hometown quote unquote teams that I've ever really truly followed, and I'm very excited for them. I mean, Jimmy Butler leading the Heat to the first place in the East.
Okay,
that's what's up.
Right.
Let's go. But I got to be honest. One of the sleeper teams that I'm really excited to watch for is Chicago. I think this is a really good, young, well-developed team.
Yeah, what's going on up there with the Bulls?
I think they could be a team that could upset or make some noise when we get into the playoffs. So okay. I would say look out for Chicago. And then, of course, on the Western side, one of the teams I'm most excited for and one of the players I'm most excited for is Ja Morant. Played for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
If you are an avid follower of Average Sports, thank you very much, first of all.
Sure.
Second of all, you would know that I've been talking about Ja Morant for many, many years, ever since he played at Murray State.
Okay.
And they were a 12 seed in the NCAA tournament, Ty's favorite episode of all time. It was the year that we got all of our 12-5s correct. We predicted 3 of the 4.
I do remember that, yeah.
Upsets. There were 3. We actually got all 4 correct.
Proud year.
But we got all
4 incorrect this year, by the way.
Yeah,
all 4 incorrect.
We already discussed that on the last episode. We don't need to move forward anymore. But I would say Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies are a team that are going to be making some noise. And I'm very excited for it. So let's go Ja Morant. Let's go Grizzlies.
Okay. I like Memphis for sure. Yeah. Although I'm going to give the edge to Phoenix, not just because of the record, but because I did feel bad for them last year. I wanted them to do it.
Good team. Now, a couple of call-outs here.
Okay.
Utah and Denver, who were premier teams last year in the West, don't even have 50 wins yet this year. They're the number 5 and the number 6 seed, both sitting at 45 and 31. Yeah. So just calling that out. They were elite teams last year. The number 2 and the number 3 seed, if I remember correctly, in the West. Now the number 5 and number 6. So, yeah.
All right. You watch basketball?
I'm out on basketball.
Yeah, out?
I got nothing.
The playoffs are fun, though. Yeah.
But you're a hockey guy, right?
I am a hockey guy.
You're a hockey guy. Okay, so walk me through hockey. Walk me through your fandom. Walk me through what you're seeing, what you love. What is it about hockey that is drawing it to you this year?
I'm biased, so St. Louis Blues, of course.
Good team, man. Good team.
I'm a little surprised by the Kings. That's kind of a bitter rivalry, I guess, between the Blues
back in the late 2000s,
2012, 2013, 14.
When Johnny
14
Quick
was a big year. Yeah,
when Johnny Quick was, absolutely, he was a blue crusher.
I thought we did not have to worry about the Kings anymore, and then now all of a sudden, they are just leading it here.
Yeah, I mean, some of the other surprises here. I mean, what about Vegas? I mean, what do you feel about Vegas? I mean, they're 4th in the Pacific Division. They've been the top of that division since they arrived. I mean, what do you know, or what are you seeing about the Golden Knights?
They started off strong as a franchise. I don't think they ever really slowed down necessarily. that team took off really well. They've always been good competition. They've always Nashville put them down. Was that 2, 3, or probably 3 years ago? I think.
The year
make a cup run and just
it was Vegas' second year.
Yeah.
So after they were in the Stanley Cup Finals as their inaugural season, they went back and everyone was like, "Oh, these are the Cup favorites."
They're gonna do it, yeah.
And Nashville put them down. They've still been a good team. They're sitting at 76 points, fourth in the Pacific Division. I mean, what kind of noise are they going to make in the playoffs?
I mean, who's to say, really, because they haven't done it yet. So,
I mean, they haven't won a cup yet. They've been to a cup. They've been to a Western Conference Finals.
So did the Blues. They went 3 times in a row. Granted, that's the 60s. A little different style of play.
Yeah.
But when you get that expansion, draft.
But I mean, this was very different from previous expansions.
Yeah.
That team was loaded.
And so let's just actually change gear a little bit. Should Seattle be saying the same thing? Should they have?
They changed the rules because of how good Vegas was. They changed the rules. Yes.
So what?
There were some small changes that tweaked it on how
if they
good
were winning. Oh, I didn't realize
how
that.
good Vegas could be. Vegas was Vegas never really had elite talent. They had all that like A-, B+ talent,
which is going to make it
through
good
the
club,
entire
though.
roster.
Right. Sure.
From line 1 to line 4.
Yeah.
They had that.
Yeah.
Where they never had the elite goal scorer. Mm-hmm. They never had the Ovechkin, the Crosby, the what's his name? Oh my God, Connor McDavid. They never had that guy, but they had the A-, the 30 goal scorer. They had a couple of those. They had a lot of 20 goal scorers. They had elite defense.
So you're saying they were able to build up a lot more
available.
Depth, so they're going to take.
They had the depth from line 1 to line 4, which has proven to be a success. I mean, you guys are Blues fans. That's what won the Blues the Cup in 2019.
Yeah.
If you think it wasn't depth, I mean, the fourth line is what dominated that series.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Pat Maroon was a third line player at best. And they had high hopes and put him on the first line to start that season out. He did not do well at all, and then he comes in clutch. I think, look, you take the ego out. That's a big thing. And I think you saw that with Vegas is you didn't have these big superstars come into that team. You didn't have that ego. Mm-hmm. And I think you stole essentially the depth from these other teams. And so it's just a bunch of guys that clicked really well right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. It was all these second line players, third line players that were really good players on these other teams, and they meshed them in together, and it clicked really well. I mean, are they going to be able to do something in the playoffs? Right now, they're on the outside of even the wild card spot. They're on the outside right now, not in the playoffs. They're 1 point behind the Dallas Stars. Can they get in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
Will it be 5 central teams getting in? The Blues, the Stars, and then the Avalanche, the Wild, and Nashville Predators. Are those going to be the teams from the Central that get in? Or can Vegas either jump the Dallas Stars? I don't know if they'll be able to jump the Blues. I mean, there's still plenty of games left. Will they be able to jump the Blues with that many points behind? They're only 3 points behind Edmonton in the Pacific. I mean, do the Knights get in?
Dallas has a tendency to fold when it gets down the wire.
I mean, Sagan's still a good player. Jamie Benn is, I think, kind of starting to age out personally. I mean, can the Stars hold them off? They went to the Cup a couple years ago, that COVID year. Everyone forgets that.
I think
that didn't happen.
Forgot that.
That didn't happen. No one remembers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so I'm gonna throw it up to you. You guys are big hockey fans. Where are we sitting? Who wins? Early projection. Who wins Stanley Cup this year? Who do you got? There are some teams that I really like.
I would actually like to say Colorado.
I mean, they've been
how is at Colorado the top and so aggressive,
they're so good. They're so fast.
Yeah, I feel like they
can exploit any team with that speed.
They've had a tendency to disappoint, though, as of late.
They have had a tendency to disappoint.
You cautiously look to them, where you still have a Tampa Bay that could do it.
Okay.
You could still have...
You have great goaltending in New York. You still have a few goal scorers there. And you have Zibanejad.
And Florida, we've seen a big rise. Their stock has been
Florida is the team.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, if Florida does not win the Stanley Cup this year, it is a bust. They are one of the most exciting teams to watch.
I mean,
it's East Coast for us, so it's hard to watch them.
Yeah,
but one of my favorites. Watch them. That team is top to bottom, unbelievably talented.
One of my favorite things to look at, though, and we've done this a number of times, is your differential. Because it's just one of those kind of glaring things and interesting to look at, but I think it does tell a story. Florida leads the league in terms of being able to keep the pucks out of the net and score. They are plus 76 on the year. That's, again, league leading. They have the ability to make a deep run. If they don't, I agree. That is going to be disappointing.
Yeah, you have Carolina at plus 64, Colorado at plus 70, Calgary at plus 70. Those are the only two teams close. Yeah. There are only three teams close.
I think it's a strong metric to look at. And
everyone else...
There's a reason why it's right there, right after your percentage of wins and your points for the season.
I mean, Clay, what do you think?
I kind of like Boston, and it hurts me to say as a St. Louis fan, but you can't count them out.
I mean, they are in the bubble. They're a wild card team.
Yeah.
Looking at a pretty decent season.
I think they're a little bitter from the last couple of years, and I think they're going to be a real pain.
They still have what's-his-face there?
No, they do not have Zdeno Chara. I know that.
You're right. I wanted to give him a hard time.
No,
he's still not there? Yeah.
No, Zdeno Chara is a Washington Capital. I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
I believe.
I would imagine he's still
really
around
right now too.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's the problem.
Sure.
So I mean, even sidebar here. I mean, does Alex Ovechkin get the all-time goal scorer record? Does he take it away from Gretzky? He's close.
Could that happen this year?
No,
I have not been following.
No.
Okay.
He's gonna have to play a couple more years. But we're talking at the pace that he's going.
You're changing the whole episode to hockey.
I'm just asking the question. Yes or no? He's got to play at least 3 or 4 more years to even attempt. I mean,
what is even an age appropriate athlete anymore? We're seeing these guys get pushed into their 40s. So I think it's certainly possible that the guy can just sustain long enough, be on the ice long enough, stay healthy long enough to put enough goals in and take over the record. If it's only going to take a matter of take his average goal scoring over the next season.
So he's number 3 overall.
Okay,
it's 772.
Okay.
Gordie Howe is number 2 at 801. Okay. He will pass Gordie Howe. Yeah. I have extreme confidence
barring some accident,
career-ending injury.
Right. Sure.
I have extreme confidence he's going to pass Gordie Howe. Wayne Gretzky sits 894, so a little 122 more than him. Can he score 122? We're talking about.
How old is Ovechkin?
Mid to late 30s. It's probably 36. So I mean, can he continue to keep up the pace that he's doing? He's 36. So can he continue to keep up his 30-plus goal scoring season for another couple of years?
So let's say, what's the oldest hockey player that has played the game?
Probably Jaromir Jagr.
Right, into his...
That's relevant, Jaromir Jagr.
Well, how long did he play?
Yeah, he's probably... Jaromir Jagr, I think, is still playing overseas.
Okay.
I mean, that dude
sure, there's something about him. Is there any reason to doubt, though, that this mug... I mean, look at this guy.
This dude, he looks 56.
He looks old as dirt.
You look at him, he looks 56.
And he's got some gray hair going. But the dude, why can't he stay in the league 4 more years?
I mean, can he score 40 apiece, though? Can he continue the pace that he's doing at 40 apiece?
No, but if he's doing 25 goals over the next 4 years... put it together. He's gonna
need a 5th season after that.
Okay, well, how many goals is it?
122.
122.
Can he get there? You're shaking your head no.
It's gonna be.
This is a podcast. We got to be close here.
I was gonna stay out of this, but
no. You're a hockey